Jammu Kashmir. Full statehood must be restored immediately. Abrogation of Article 370 and 35A on 5th August 2019 was done without the consent of the people and without an elected assembly.
Honorable Shri Gurwinder Singh Oberoi ji, congratulations, maiden speech.
Honorable Chairman, sir, respected members, I rise today with humility and gratitude to my party leadership, Dr. Farooq Abdullah Saab, Honorable Chief Minister Umar Abdullah Saab, my party colleagues and the people of Jammu and Kashmir who I represent in this House. Sir, I am the first Kashmiri Sikh to have come to the Rajya Sabha, which speaks volumes on the secularism of my party leadership and the people of Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir, sir, our faiths may be different, our religions may be different, but it's humanity and brotherhood which binds us together. Sir, I express my strong reservations on the so-called SIR electoral reforms. Sir, I say so-called because what is being presented as reforms, Honorable Chairman, sir, is actually restructuring democracy to suit the people in power. So the government tells us that these reforms are necessary to clean the electoral system, but the reality is different. No national debate, no expert commission, draft prepared in secrecy, brought here for a hurried approval. This is not how electoral reforms are done. This is how political engineering is done. If this SIR electoral process reforms becomes law, the implications will be dangerous and far-reaching. The Election Commission risks being weakened, centralized, and placed under indirect executive influence. Provisions of funding, technology, and campaign regulations will hit small and regional parties like us. Rapid digitization of key electoral process without independent audit raises the fear of manipulations, surveillance, and targeting. Reforms without consensus do not strengthen democracy. They fracture the very confidence in the very process that elects the governments. Therefore, this exercise has unfortunately raised serious concerns for decades. Electoral rolls were revised with integrity, transparency, and fairness. Institutions were respected and processes were sacrosanct. But today, we are forced to ask, are these institutions being compromised? Are age-old procedures being questioned only to create confusion and delay? Is the trust between the people and the system being weakened deliberately? This is not about names on a list. This is not about the soul. This is about the soul of our democracy. If electoral rolls are manipulated, democracy itself is manipulated. If institutions bend, the will of the people breaks. And let us be clear, many years from now, many of us may not be here, but the people of the great nation will remember only one thing: who stood with the Constitution and who stood against it. Sir, our forefathers conceived a Constitution so beautiful, so inclusive, that no matter whether we come from Kanyakumari or Kashmir, we all were treated equally. That was their vision. This is our responsibility. Sir, today one party is in power, tomorrow another will be. Governments change, the nation remains. But the question history will ask is simple. When the foundations were shaken, who defended the Republic? We must say this loudly and clearly. The SIR process inspires suspicion. Let those who think electoral processes can be twisted know that the voter may be silent, but the voter is never helpless. And those who try to erase the names from rolls understand you can't erase the people's will. You can't delete democracy. Sir, when we talk of weakening of federalism, and democracy, it is important to mention that abrogation of Article 370 and 35A on 5th August 2019 was done without the consent of the people and without an elected assembly. Article 370 was not a privilege. It was a constitutional guarantee, a bridge of trust between J&K and the Union of India. Removing it unilaterally undermined that trust. Democracy cannot exist without consent. And sir, legitimacy also cannot exist without representation. Sir, our stand is very clear. We do not accept the manner in which Article 370 was abrogated. We will continue to challenge it democratically, constitutionally, and peacefully. But sir, we must also speak truth to power. Silence is not acceptance. Delay is not consent. And the absence of agitation must not be misread as agreement.
But however, let's stick to the point.
So the people of Jammu Kashmir have not surrendered their rights. They have simply been denied a platform to exercise them. Sir, full statehood must be restored immediately. Governance must be accountable, represented and rooted in the will of the people. Statehood must be restored immediately. And anything else, anything less is unacceptable. Sir, the National Conference stands for constitutional, peaceful and democratic engagement. The people of J&K still await their rightful voice.
Anything that is not on the election reforms will not go on record.
Separate from political rights.
Anything that is not on the election reforms, please sit down.
Governance is accountable, inclusive and democratic. Honorable Chairman,
anything that is not on the election reforms will not go on record.
We do not seek charity.
I do understand it is a maiden speech. Please sit down. Please sit down. I'm making the ruling.
We do not speak.
Please sit down. I'm making the ruling.
Sir, we do not seek charity.
I'm sorry, that will not go on record. That is not part of the election reforms.
Dignity.
I'm sorry, honourable member. That will not go on record because it is not part of the election reforms.
And our democratic space are non-negotiable. Sir, it is time to restore what was taken.
I'm sorry, I'll have to move on then. Though it is a maiden speech, I'll have to move on. You are not speaking on the topic. He's not speaking on the topic. He's not speaking on the topic. Rule 110 applies.
Sir, जमहूरियत की राह में सोच नजर से मिलनी चाहिए. हुकूमत बदलती रहती है. वतन से वफा रहनी चाहिए. जय हिंद, जय जम्मू कश्मीर.
Thank you.